Savannah, welcome to the Savannah Business. No, it's not the Savannah Business Showcase anymore. It's the RazzCast. So welcome to the RazzCast. And I'm here with a very special guest, Miss Laurie Brown, my SCORE mentor.
Oh, yes.
Huge influence to me, and just I always appreciate the help, the assistance you gave me, and just the support. Really,
You're awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
You too. Yeah. So thanks for coming in. You have some really cool stuff coming up. The Thrive Lowcountry Women's Conference, and this is the third year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We're excited. It's September 26th and 27th at the Marriott Resort and Spa in Hilton Head Island, and it's going to be bigger and better this year.
Yeah. Last year was awesome.
Yeah. We had almost 200 women there and guests. And you were part of that. You floated around and videotaped us.
Yes, all stressed out, sweating.
You did wonderful. We hope you join us again this year.
Yeah. One way or another, I'll be there.
Good.
So what can women expect from Thrive Lowcountry Women's Conference?
Well, this year we've extended it, so it's a day and a half, so 26, 27. The 26th, we've added a biz pitch. So we actually have 10 finalists that are now working with their mentors and their coaches preparing for their little speech.
Awesome.
To win cash and prizes. So we're excited on that. So that's 26th in the afternoon. Right after that, right before that, we have some VIP they're like intensive workshops that you can actually just enroll for those if you can't spend the whole day with us or the whole 2 days.
Okay.
And they range on a variety of topics from how to sell anything on the internet, which is awesome. We're going to go a little bit deeper into SEO and marketing. Marjorie Young, our friend Marjorie from Carriage, is going to be how to write your reputation matrix. I think you and I took a class with her on that.
That's right.
So when you walk out of these 2.5 hours, you actually will have a matrix built for you. And we have how to write a book. So if you're an inspiring author, you can go get that idea and figure out how to put that on paper and walk out with the steps you need to actually get your book published. So that'll be cool. And the last one is how to write a 1-page, intense, detailed business plan. So maybe you have an idea, or you're already in business, or you're starting business. You will actually walk out with a 1-page lean business plan. So that'll be cool. So that's the first day. And then we finish that day with the reception. And it's a casual networking, just sort of get to know the speakers, get to know who's coming for the next day. So that's Thursday. So Friday is where all of the breakout sessions are, and I've been working on all the speakers.
Okay.
And we have, there are 4 different, actually there's 24 speakers, anywhere from medical to safety to motivational to workforce development. And they repeat morning and afternoon. So if you can't make one in the morning, you can make it in the afternoon. So it's very, very busy. But it's exciting. It's good for education, for personal, both professional growth. Our Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina will be there. So we're honored that she will be our keynote over lunchtime. So it's a very full day, but it's active. And the whole point is for you, when you leave, whatever day you can join with us, you will take actionable elements back with you to make a change both personally and or professionally. So that's the whole point of Thrive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's cool.
Yeah. A lot of those breakout sessions sound amazing to me. Like just the, if nothing else, like selling online.
Yes.
Which you're really good at.
Well, the 2 gentlemen that have recently redone my website for Aunt Laurie's are the 2 that are conducting that workshop.
Awesome.
So yeah, they're flying in town for that.
Nice.
So I wouldn't miss that one. Yeah. So those are extra above and beyond. But if you can't make all day of Thrive, you can take one of those intensive workshops.
Got you. That is really cool. Which workshop are you excited about? Are you going to try to jump in at all?
I have a bucket list to write a book. So I want to step into that one, but then I also want to see how my SEO guys for my website, I want to touch base. I'll be jumping in and out of that. But I am actually facilitating 2 of the breakout sessions on Friday.
Gotcha.
And it is called Success in a Male-Dominated Industry. So since I spent 30 years in the automotive world, I will be facilitating. We have 4 local women that are actually going to be on this panel, and I'll be asking them different questions about what it was like or is like. Some of them are still in their careers in a male-dominated industry. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. What was it like for you? Or is that going to be a part of your book?
No, it might be maybe a chapter. It was it was very, very challenging initially until it became, I don't want to say a game, but it was, I learned to be tough. I learned to know how to be set up and how to handle that. So then it became like, bring it on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm tough.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, showing up with 2 broken ribs at least.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I guess I fell. I'm all right though. I'm cool.
What would your book be about? What's the synopsis? Give us a preview.
I have a couple ideas. One is I met a wonderful person, or I met an awesome person today, and then each chapter would be about whatever awesome individual. Like you will be one of the chapters. I met this awesome razzmatazz one day, and why you're so awesome. So each chapter, if you will, or each page of the book might be who that awesome person is and what their contribution or why they're so awesome. I may then evolve that to I met an awesome animal today, like because I have Trapper the Wonder Dog.
Right.
So I could do chapter on all my therapy dog and things like that. Or I met an awesome man today. You know, you could kind of build that series. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Because I know you meet a lot of people.
I do.
Do you keep track of everybody you meet there?
Yeah,
just in case? Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I love meeting new people. I love meeting people from different cultures, from different countries, from different backgrounds, and that is what makes everything just exciting.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I love doing this show, because everybody wants a little bit of free PR, right? So I get to meet, not you. I know we just want to be together. Yeah. So I get to meet people old and young. I get to meet people black and white. I get to meet people, men and women, every different culture, atheists, strongly religious people, vegans and meat eaters, everybody. So that's the best thing for me, because now I have I feel like I have a stronger just view of the world in a lot of ways.
I agree.
I'm not in a bubble.
No, it's fascinating to talk to people and learn. And you never know who you're going to be sitting next to. That's how I've met some of the coolest people.
That's right.
And then you start talking and you just learn and and that's really the neat thing about Thrive. Back to Thrive is I'm behind the scenes building all of these speakers, and I'm learning all these topics. And if I'm doing something and I say, man, she's cool, or she's really awesome, or he's fascinating background, and I store that. And then as I'm building these breakout sessions, that's how I kind of pick. So they're from all over, right? Charleston, Statesboro, Savannah, they're coming in, Columbia. So it's just not Lowcountry. We have people traveling in and will be spending the weekend with us. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So for the people out there who want to do a conference like you're doing, this is year 3, so it's still young. I guess so probably I'll interview you 10 years from now when you're still doing it, and it's this huge thing that's got that's in multiple cities. It's gonna be big, really, really big one day.
Yep.
So like right now, what advice would you give to somebody to launch their own conference?
Launch it. It's interesting you say that, because when I joined SCORE, which is a business mentoring, and it's sponsored, hosted by the Small Business Association. That's how I started my business. And coming from that automotive world with all the men, I come into SCORE, which was predominantly male, and I said, where are all the women events? So that was the first thing. And they looked at me and said, well, if you'll help. And I said, of course I'll help. So if you have an idea that you think has some merit to it, discuss it with somebody. And don't just say, I shoulda, woulda, or man, I'm thinking about it. Just go for it. Odds are somebody else is thinking about it and they're not really pulling the trigger. But I had some support from my mentor who said, yeah, if you'll help, we'll do it. And it just sort of snowballed from there. And now it's 3 times the size.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So step number 1 is find a mentor. Find
find a mentor, find somebody to partner with to rattle that idea around. Does it have merit? Do you think it's worth? And if a couple people say, well, yeah, we've been waiting for somebody to say that, then I would just pull it together.
Gotcha.
We had just a couple of us the first year, and now we have a huge team. It's not just me by any chance.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
But I have a big piece of it, but we've split it up, divide and conquer,
That's right.
if you will. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. So what is it like being a SCORE mentor? Like, what have you gained from it?
Knowledge from, again, meeting different people. Recently, I learned a little bit more about franchising. That's not really my background. Being from the corporate world, I brought certain skill sets that would help, but I've learned all about franchising, cash flow. I learned that people are just as afraid as I was when I was trying to open Aunt Laurie. They're nervous, they're scared, but it's nice to walk them through and say, it's okay, that's good, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So I've learned to just give guidance. We don't make decisions for our mentorees, but we guide them and help them. So I've tuned in my listening skills, because you have to listen to the pieces and help them think through their challenges, and then gently give them the tools, if you will, to make their own decisions and to do what they want to do.
Right.
And occasionally say, you might want to think through that. You can't tell them yes or no, but you might want to think about that topic a little more. Just gently nudge them, like flag is but I've learned a lot about different people and cultures and different industries. But there's always a common theme of you got to have the wherewithal to do time management and be structured and not give up, because it's tough. It's not easy, and it's a 7-day-a-week thing. You can unplug if you want, but there's always something to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love it. I don't like being bored. I hate being last week with this Dorian thing. But I got a lot of things done. I took Instagram classes, and I took
nice.
I took a lot of classes.
Nice.
Webinars.
Yeah. Not giving up is the hard part, right?
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say that I don't think I'm not a quitter, and I'm not a proponent of that. But when Dorian hits, or this is the 4th hurricane now since I launched my business, and when a hurricane hits and floods hit and people are devastated, it's hard to stay positive. And gift baskets, which is mine, is sort of it's not a luxury item, but it's a present, it's a gift. All of that stops.
Yep.
And then it's like, you take a breath, like, okay. But then it gives you a chance to say, all right, what am I doing? What do I need to do? What do I need to do differently? And things will pick back up again. We got the holidays coming, but it's tough. Yeah. But you can't quit. You can change gears, and you can shift your priorities, but you can't just quit. Yeah. I'm not a quitter.
Yeah. Something I've learned from you, just in observation, is that having an online business, you don't just stay online. Like you're out about,
right,
taking baskets to people and showing up, starting events and attending events and meeting with people, and like you're all over the place for an online company. Like, it's not just because it's based online doesn't mean you don't have to see people and meet people in person. Correct.
Yes. The online obviously is the base of the business, but in order to grow that brand and grow the word of mouth, it takes activity out in the community, because people have to know you. They have to trust you. And I'm a big proponent on trust, your reputation, which is where Marjorie helps. So that respect, that trust, with whether it's your suppliers, your vendors, your customers, who you're working with, that's all part of that brand. And so you have to be out and about, but it has to be genuine.
Right.
It can't be this fake, it's this photo op thing.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm taking a lot of photos for social media, but it's genuine. I mean, I took your picture because I love being with you, and it's cool, and it's part of that, but it's not fake. Like, I'm just going to post, Razz's picture. No, it's because I like being here with you.
Right. Yeah. And that's something I didn't know. Like, I've tried an online business or two before I started my current business, and they always fail because I just thought I could just, blog a little bit and, get some SEO going, and everybody would just rush to my website, but it does not work like that.
No, and it's hard. And I'm learning this from my friends at Rook, SEO, is that Google and they all change their algorithm. So from month to month, day to day.
That's right.
Where you think you're, on the first page, next thing you know, they've changed something. And then, so it's constant.
That's right.
It's a constant battle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the way it is. Yeah.
It is. It really is. And they can, my thing is I try and tell a lot of clients, like, they should start a podcast because there is, you own that content. When you post it on Facebook, they could take it away. When you post it on YouTube, they could demonetize it or take it away. But if you have a podcast and it's your audio, you can always put it on your website. You can always put it somewhere else,
Yes.
So just like ownership is huge because you never know. Just like you said, you never know how the algorithms are going to change things.
Right. And I learned the other day, which I don't know why I didn't know this, that Google bought YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So all that's connected. And then you got
right.
Facebook with Instagram and So there's always something to learn.
That's
but
right.
I like learning.
It's kind of like how Disney owns everything and we don't even know it.
Sort of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think Facebook owns, they own
Instagram,
but it's a few other things too. I think WhatsApp, which is a messaging app. There's a few other things. It's crazy. Yeah. So I got to create something they can buy.
There you go.
Right.
You can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it.
That's right.
Think you can, think you can't. Either way, you're right.
That's right.
That's one of my favorite sayings. Yeah.
Cool. So Thrive is September 26th.
And 27th.
How can people get tickets to it?
Go on the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber under events. There's a link in there. It gives you all the agenda, flow of the 2 days. You can buy tickets for a vendor. So we're having at least 40 vendors, and they're almost all sold out. So whether it's a product or service, you can be in our vendor boutique, if you will. Or you can come just to the reception, or you can come watch the biz pitch and then do a intensive workshop, or you can come all day Friday. So all of those options are on the website. Yeah.
And biz pitch is really cool. I helped with the one here in Savannah last year. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept, especially for our area, where most people, it's just like a 1 or 2 person team usually with most businesses around here. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 10 finalists that are going to be up on stage. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
They got 4 minutes. So that elevator speech is very important. So they're refining that right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So not to say anything about the contestants that are coming up, but like when you hear a person go over the 4 minutes, what do you think? Do you think good or bad about them? Or like, I'll preface that by saying I hate it when people go over 4 minutes,
right?
Because it's the time you have to fit it in there.
Yes, if knowing that that's the guideline and that you've been coached and prepped, that would be a downfall in my mind. That's the gig. 4 minutes,
right? Figure
it out.
Yeah, that's what I think too. So hopefully everybody listening, just stick in the 4 minutes.
Well, I'm part of BNI networking group. You got 30 or 60 seconds, depending on what chapter you're part of. And 60 seconds, you've got to get your point across, period. That's right. Just the way it is. And so it's actually been good because you practice getting concise. And that's good.
And if you can't say it in 60 seconds, then you don't really know what you're talking about. Even if it's your business.
Correct.
Yeah. That was a big pet peeve of mine. And BNI too.
What people get... take too much time.
Yeah, take like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like
we have a bell. Ding, next. We gently tell you it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Laurie, what's on the horizon for you? So you have Thrive coming up. Like, what's next for Aunt Laurie's?
I have another luncheon. I do quarterly Lowcountry lady luncheons. I started these 3 years ago, thinking they were once a year, and now they're once a quarter. And I get about 60 women, and I move them around. Sometimes Savannah, sometimes Hilton Head, sometimes Bluffton. So the next one is November 15th. On eventbrite.com, or you can go on my my Facebook page, Aunt Laurie on Facebook, and the event is posted, and you can either be a vendor there or you can join us for lunch, and we network, we shop. You've been to a couple of those, actually. So this one is geared around Christmas shopping, holiday, believe it or not. So November 15th in Bluffton.
Awesome.
At venue 1223. So we have awesome deli, downtown deli. They have awesome food. And we network and we'll shop for Christmas. Nice. So yeah, that's next. So I'm doing Lowcountry Lady Luncheon and Thrive. And then just working away on Aunt Laurie. We're doing boxes now. We have gift boxes. So we do gift baskets, boxes, gift bags, and all made by people with disabilities. That's the whole mission of the company. Yeah. So it's exciting. We're growing.
Yeah. Your events are always really cool. I've always, every time I go to one of your events, I meet somebody that that I click with. So Mia Mance.
Yes.
She was at one of your ladies' luncheons, and we met. We've been close ever since.
Yeah. That's the point. One of the reasons of both of these things that I'm involved in is to connect people, because you meet some fascinating people and you'll just click, you know, and it's nice. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess we'll have to talk sooner or later, but like I want to start sending some of your baskets to guests that are on my show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can have fun with that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Figure out like a Savannah themed podcast basket or something.
Yeah, we can do that. So we can put your logo up there, and yeah.
Okay.
And you can personalize them to no matter what your guest is. So if you know they're a sports person, or you know they like to play, or dog lover, or children, or having a baby, whatever, we'll have a little fun with that.
Okay, good. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right.
I just had to make a gift basket, a sample for someone that was Make Your Bed was the theme. And so I got like an eye mask, and we had lavender pillow, and we had a sheep, count your sheep. So we can have fun. Okay. It's not just snacks. We can have fun. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what I want.
Yeah. We can do Bloody Marys, whatever you want.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, well, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come right back and we'll do the lightning round. So everybody out there listening, again, I'm here with Miss Laurie Brown. She is the owner of AuntLaurie's.com. Gift basket, gift boxes, gift bags that are Lowcountry themed. What else? You have the Thrive Lowcountry. I'll let you tell us so I don't mess it up.
We have the Thrive Lowcountry Ladies Women's Conference on September 26, 27. And we have the Lowcountry Ladies Luncheon November 15th. Tickets are available for both. Perfect. And one's the ladies' lunch is on Eventbrite, and Thrive is on HiltonHeadChamber.com.
Perfect. All right, cool. Well, everybody listening, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a second with more from Ms. Laurie Brown on the RazzCast. Peace. All right, Savannah, welcome back to the RazzCast. And I'm here with Ms. Laurie Brown, my score mentor and influencer to me, and somebody I aspire to be like. So I guess before we get started into the lightning round, and I have a few questions that I didn't ask you last time.
Okay.
Like for me, if you're looking for a mentor, the biggest benefit, like you gave me a lot of great advice, but the biggest benefit is just like having you say that you have a good idea to keep going, because there was just like a lot of doubt in my head that this would even work, what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's nice to just talk out to a neutral source, if you will, an idea, a thought. And maybe if that initial idea doesn't come to fruition, something else might have come out of that.
That's right.
But it's always nice to just sort of rattle ideas back and forth with a neutral person.
Right. Yeah. And even when I came, I had like my mom and wife and daughter and everybody, the whole crew came.
Yeah, they did. I met your whole family. Everybody was awesome. Well, no, I've not met the newest.
That's right. Yeah, you haven't. She's new. She's brand new.
Yeah.
But she's pretty cute. So I guess that said, we've talked about failures before. You guys should go watch the previous episode or listen to it. Maybe I can repost it. What's something most people don't know about you?
Most people don't know about me.
Did I ask you that last time?
No, you didn't. I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
When I first growing up, I love animals. I love dogs, and I was just going to be this veterinarian. And then the light went on that it takes 12 years of med school, and I'm like, oh. And as I'm going in pre-vet school, I ended up in graphics and printing, and
Really?
it evolved to corporate America because I got an internship, a co-op at that time. And that's how I started my career at General Motors 30 years later. I don't regret not being a veterinarian because I still have my dogs and that. But yeah, most people probably don't know that.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is still took me 12 years to get my degree because I worked and went to school at night. So there you go.
Same difference.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the same thing my wife did. She wanted to be a doctor or nurse practitioner at first. But it was just like so much time, and she decided to be a pharmacist. And it still took her, like you said, about 12 years.
Yes.
And she's technically still at school because she's a professor now. So she never really left.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy how stuff works out like that. Try not to ask you one that was the same. What was the first moment that you knew like your business was a passion for you? Like, what was the first time you realized that this is what I want to do the rest of my life? Or is it?
I was actually born with a passion to help people with disabilities. People ask me that a lot. So it wasn't that I just acquired it. I had that innate in me when I was born. Growing up, I would help a young girl when I was just little in the swimming pool, had some kind of special need. My mom said I just sort of migrated over, and it was just something I did. So I'm healthy. I'm blessed. I don't have anyone in my family. I mean, I'm very blessed around me. I have friends that have children or some type of relative with a form of disability. And I have a soft spot for helping people that need help, whether that's a disability or helping them open an own business. So it was just, I was born with it. It was just, so as I got out of corporate and wrote this business plan, that helping people with disabilities was the crux of the whole point of the company.
Yeah.
And Gift Basket is just, oh, by the way, we do gift baskets. I could evolve that to running some type of different dog. I could end up running a dog wash or something, but the dogs would be washed by someone with a disability because they're learning a skill.
Gotcha.
And they need to learn to be valuable and just feel more productive in life. So, yeah, but that's the crux of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What made you leave corporate America?
I reached a stage where all of a sudden it was like, you know what? This is just not rewarding any longer. 30 years, I traveled the world. I was blessed. I finished my education, and it just was one day I'm like, man, this is just kind of getting to be a grind. And that I want to open my own business just kind of kept tapping at my shoulder. And finally my husband looked at me and said, it's time. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we moved from Michigan, and that was 5 years ago. September 9. What's the date today?
11.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, September 11.
Yeah.
It's a special day.
That's right. Very special day.
Yeah. So September 9 was 5 years.
Wow. Almost to the day. That's amazing. How does your husband keep up with you? I bet it was, and I don't know how he keeps up with you.
Yeah. Well, he owns his own business, and then we we do real estate together.
Gotcha.
So between the two of us, we're busy.
Yeah.
We stay out of each other's hair.
Seems to be.
Although he blames his gray hair on me. He said he didn't have any gray hair till he met me. I'm like, okay. Well, my hair was longer when I met him. But yeah, we stay very busy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Me and my wife are the same in a lot of ways. So we just have 3 extra kids on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got 3 4-legged animals.
There you go. That
They're
you
my
put to
children.
work.
Yeah. One of them goes to work with me sometime. I should have brought him.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, I could have.
Next time. Next time.
He doesn't talk much, though.
Well, we got camera now, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Right. He could be on camera.
That's right.
He's just a pretty face.
Cool. So you do a lot. I don't want to miss anything before we close out. Is there anything that I missed that you want to talk about?
I would hope that if someone does have a passion, not meant necessarily to open their own business, but just a passion. It could be painting, it could be golfing, it could be podcasts, whatever it is. Make sure you don't say, man, I wish I would have done that. Just, do it and figure out. And again, it took me 30 years to do this, so I can't say that it didn't take me a long time, but you got to ultimately pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And I use that phrase a lot, but you ultimately have to say, whether it's building a new house or whatever it is, do it. Put some plans together and do it. Don't be one of those, man, as you get older, I wish I shoulda, woulda, coulda. No. Figure it out. Or get somebody around you, get a help, get a mentor, get your advisory group or whatever it is around you that can help.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem pulling the trigger on stuff.
Nope. I'm proud of you. We get along just fine.
That's right. Yeah. I opened the studio and I didn't know. I didn't have the money at first. I just had to go find it within within 2 weeks.
You got to figure it out.
That's right. That's right. You have to pull the trigger. And sometimes it work out, sometimes it won't.
And if it doesn't, there are things that I'll do with Aunt Laurie's with our baskets, and I'll think, man, this is a really cool basket, and then nobody buys it. I'm like, well, I thought that was cool, but it doesn't matter what I think.
That's right.
So then you have to, you shift it around, but you don't fold up shop. You just figure out, well, maybe something else would sell or something else. So, yeah.
So I guess really quick before we go, so like the way you market, I always like it. Like, of course, the branding, the purple is there everywhere.
Everywhere.
I have a meme I'm gonna send you, so it's funny. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
So the branding is everywhere, but like, how are you? Like, how did you build that? Like, what is it? Just from learning marketing in the corporate world? Is from your graphic design in school and college, or
pieces of it. I had some help starting Aunt Laurie from different companies and different people that I've met that gave me some of that guidance, and then I studied up on it, and I applied what I'm kind of. If you're going to help me do something, I'm kind of a person that will take that to heart and apply it.
Right.
And then I just expanded on it. And the more I learned about it, the more I learned that it's a very serious thing, branding, because it's your reputation, whether it's personal or professional. So even when I'm out, yesterday I was in 2 different places doing something completely not outside of Aunt Laurie. It wasn't, and they're like, Aunt Laurie. And I'm like, yes, because I had my badge on, I had my purple on. I was at one of your luncheons 2 years ago. You're going to do that. So it's part of you, and you're on stage basically, no matter where I'm at. You have to have your wits about you, but it's by design. Yeah, it's a science. Whether it's your logo, your branding, your website, your social media, there's a pattern, and if there's one word, consistency. You need to be consistent. If all of a sudden Trapper was wearing green, Trapper the Wonder Dog had green on, and I'm selling shoes, people are going to go, what's up with Aunt Laurie? I thought she's gift baskets with purple. And so if you're going to transition to green as your branding, that takes a ton of money and so you don't confuse your people, your customers. But yeah, it's pieces though, and I've taken classes and I learn away, and you just build that. So it's building block, if you will. But consistent. You got to be consistent. Yeah.
Is there a difference between branding and marketing?
Branding is a subset of marketing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my view on it.
Okay.
Advertising, marketing, branding. But your branding is when you go to market your business, your brand is your culture, your color, your characteristics. It's your reputation. So Aunt Laurie, what I work on is we're kind, we're genuine, we're happy, we're involved in the community, we're gentle, but we have high quality. So that's the whole thing, and that's what I market. So social media, all of that's helping people. We're very genuine, kind. So in social media, I'll sell 80%. I'm building brand, 20% I'm selling. So brand. Oh, by the way, if you need a gift, here's a cool gift, and then I go back to brand.
And culture. is a huge part of it too. He mentioned culture and building a brand is a part of it. But I didn't realize how important it was until so recently I got an extra job because I had an extra kid. So, just on the side, but like I applied to a bunch of different places, went to 2 interviews. One culture was just terrible because the moment I pulled into the parking lot, like it was a terrible energy. Like people didn't want to be there. I walked in and the lady behind the counter that introduced herself to me was just not nice and really quiet. And everybody seemed like they were looking over their shoulders,
Yes.
And then I went to another interview at Target and everybody was welcoming. I actually brought my daughter to like a drug test.
Yeah.
And they were like grabbing her, holding her. It was a completely different feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. When I used to be in corporate, pieces of this customer satisfaction and branding came from my corporate. And I would teach, I did the internship program, and I would go on campus to the colleges and help them write their resumes and teach them interview skills. And one of the things is when you walk in, pay attention and be cordial and be polite. And because you don't know who you're sitting next to, that person at the front desk could be the president of the company. And so you have to build relationship, but you have to be conscious. Maybe this brand, this company, this culture isn't fit for me.
That's right.
So it's a two-way thing, but it's very important. Very, very important. Yeah.
And I feel that whenever I go to your events, it's a culture that you bring there. Like everybody's really giving, everybody's really friendly, everybody's happy.
Good.
At your events.
Good.
And it's a spirit of help and assistance and connection.
Yes.
At your events.
Well, good. Thank you.
And that comes from you.
Oh, yeah. That's the whole point of that is we got to help one another. We all go through times and things, but we have to, when you're there, you can practice, you can meet new friends, you can practice your 30-second elevator, whatever it is, but it's a comfortable environment. And so good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll round it up. Thank you,
All right.
Laurie. I appreciate
you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. As always, anytime you want to come back.
I will. I'll be here next week. What time? No.
All right. Well, thank you. Again, how can people reach you and sign up for the events?
Well, for Aunt Laurie, it's auntlauries.com. So it's AUNTLAURIES, like Sam.com. And that's where you can send awesome custom gifts made by people with disabilities. We ship all around the country. If you want to attend a Lowcountry Lady Luncheon, that is on eventbrite.com. Make sure you pick the November 2019 because there's some of the older ones are still there. You got to grab the November one. Or Thrive, which is coming up in a couple weeks on the Hilton Head Chamber website under events, and you'll find Thrive.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you for coming in. Everybody out there listening, thank you for being a part of the show and listening with us today. As always, be the change you want to see in the world. Go out there and do something impactful. You don't have to have $1 billion to change the world. You can just go down the road and tell somebody you love them.
Amen.
So I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace.